Hi. So, how to know if you're communicating effectively? I am Commander Miriam Masip, a communication coach. And when people approach me with this question, the first thing that people say is they believe that if I communicate effectively means that the other person is going to understand and react pretty well to what I have to say. And that is not the case in a bunch of times. If I'm communicating, I don't like this situation. When this situation happens, I don't like it, I would like it changed. The other person may not react pretty well. So, that the other person reacts well or that the other person understands fully what you have to say does not mean, if they react bad, does not mean that you are not communicating effectively. So, what is not communicating effectively? So when you are acting against your goals, then you're not communicating effectively. And a lot of people think like, no, well, I want this done, and I'm telling you that I want this done, so I am communicating effectively. But that is not. And let me tell you why. So we have 4 different types of goals. We have the topic goal, which is what you want to achieve in the moment. Then we have the process goal, which is how you want to achieve it, because different people might want to achieve the same thing but differently. Then it's what type of relationship dynamics you want to create or how you want to be treated in this relationship. And then you have the identity goal. How do I want to behave in these type of situations? And sometimes a lot of people prioritize the topic goal on how I want to achieve this thing. They prioritize that over the relationship. So they're trying to get what they want. They actually want a better relationship. They want an intimate, closer relationship. They want understanding. They want to feel close to the other person. And again, my focus on communication is on intimate relationships. So, um, close partnerships, let's put it that way, with your partner. And this can also translate to work environment, to with other people, but it is especially more important to prioritize a relationship, of course, when it comes to someone that you're going to be dealing with every day of your life. So, um communicating effectively does not mean just saying everything that you have to say. Like, yes, you're going to say it, but in a way that the other person is more likely to react better. It's more likely to understand. So, this is a game of trying to increase the chances of the other person being receptive to what you have to say. And so that's why at the beginning I was saying it doesn't depend on if, like, a lot of people think that if the other person reacts good, it means that I did a good job. If they react bad, it means that I did a bad job. And again, that's not necessarily the case. We're just trying to increase the chances of the other person being more receptive and understanding. And to get that, sometimes we have to do exactly just that. We have to first understand, we have to be receptive and in a calm state. So the difference between non-effective and effective communication is when we are in a calm, receptive, empathic state of mind, we can actually get in tune with the other person on how they're feeling, on what they're thinking. And when we get in tune, we can actually deliver better what we have to say. So, a way to explain this is if you're talking to someone that speaks French and you're speaking Spanish, you can say all the Spanish and you can say it perfectly, but the other person's not going to understand it. So, you have to first become and try to see things as the other person is seeing in understanding. Oh, that's because I'm not speaking the same language as the other person. Maybe right now I have to tap a little bit more into the emotional state of the other person, understand where they're coming from. Once you can understand that and you start speaking their language, then you can communicate more effectively. We kind of have to tune in first to the other person. And again, this doesn't mean that they're going to have the best reaction, but we can gain a little bit of a closer understanding, and we can work closer together and cooperate better. Whereas non-effective communication is all the other styles, which is an aggressive style of communication, which, like I said, it will prioritize the topic goal. I want to get this done now, but the other person might do it, but it's not going to do it happily. The relationship is going to be damaged, and it's really not that effective, because on the future, the other person might avoid you, the other person might not want to work with you, so it doesn't make it effective. Now, because this is what we want to do. We want to create better future dynamics, that we understand each other better for the future, and we can become more efficient at getting things done and understanding each other better in our needs and our feelings in certain situations. Now, you have the passive-aggressive style of communication that's also not effective, which is a style of communication in which we get what we want, but we avoid confrontation. We're actually not telling the other person, I want this done, but we're actually like, I'm gonna do it my way anyways. I'm going to forget. I'm going to just not do it. I'm gonna say that I'm doing it, but I'm not gonna do it, and then I'm gonna pretend that nothing happened. So we're avoiding the confrontation. We're still getting our way, but the relationship still gets hurt, because the other person will get hurt. Will most likely what happened to the communication? What happened? We're not understanding it. But you told me it's a very confusing place where there's no understanding, and it builds resentment. So these styles of communication tend to build resentment. The aggressive style hurt the other person. The passive style builds resentment inside the person that is behaving passively. So the passive style, which is also not effective, is the style in which just goes along with what the other person says, doesn't really say what they want to say, just keeps things inside. So this person is going to go along to keep the peace at the person's own expense, but it's going to build resentment. And not saying that some people stay in that state. Some people, because they bottle up a lot of emotions in the passive style, maybe one day they're going to be like, I've had it. So they go and jump into the aggressive style and they explode. So they're alternating states and styles. And they just explode one day. You told me, and I've been doing this. And that's also not effective. It's not creating good dynamics that are workable in saving conflict for the future. So the efficient style, it's from, again, a calm, empathic, very, very just in tune with the other person state of mind. We will talk next time about the pillars of what makes effective communication. So again, in this video, I just wanted to clarify that it's not dependent on how the other person reacts. It is making it more likely that we are delivering our goals. See, I have the goal of achieving this. This is how I want to achieve it. This is how I want our future relationship to be. And if there's a conflict, now we understand each other better, and next time we may not have this conflict again, because I understand where you're coming from, and this is where I'm coming from. This is our common interest, so we can make this work better for the future. So, and of course, that we act as we want to be, that we're building the life, this is the identity goal, that we're building the life that we feel fulfilled with, and we're also encouraging the other person to live their life that they want to live. So that's what makes it effective. We're trying to save us unnecessary conflict in the future. And next time I want to talk to you guys about